G'day viewers, the end of another week means it's time once more for a totally fucked up Friday-ish video. And look, I'm a little bit late with this, but that let me see some breaking news in the totally fucked up world of David Letterman giving away the ending of the new Batman film while he's interviewing Anne Hathaway. I mean, who would have believed, right, that Batman and the Joker are actually brothers? And the Waynes weren't Batman's real parents. His parents were actually Alfred the Butler and Spider-Man's Aunt May. That's what killed his uncle, the affair, and the bastardy, and the... What sort of a dick move is that? Okay, what's Letterman's excuse going to be? He's gone senile? Some sort of drug abuse? I mean, he's always been a bit screwed, but that is a dick move. A movie that for a lot of people... You know, the big event of the year, and its big finale and the twist, and he goes and goes, oh, here's the twist. What a fucking dick move that was. And my God, speaking of dick moves, in Australia has been announced this week, something that's actually been more or less known for a while, that the Australian federal government, like lots of governments around the world, just seriously, don't say this isn't happening to you. This is basically happening in the US, in Europe, and the UK, and probably all throughout Asia as well. Basically everywhere, in that the Australian federal government is trying to get the telephone companies and the internet providers to track everyone's internet browsing. All of your internet browsing, all of the population, and not just that, also all of the phone activity and texting and all sorts of data. They want to know all about you. And the scale of why this is totally fucked up is almost beyond belief. Let's say, first, it's logistically crazy. It would cost hundreds of millions of dollars to maintain that much data. And the idea that, oh, we're going to stop crime. And of course, they always pull out terrorists or kiddie fiddlers, the child molesters. That much data actually makes it harder to actually trace people. Look, by all means, when you're doing a criminal investigation, just freaking go to town. But to just say, hey, I'm going to surveil the entire population is fucked and won't actually work and is a really expensive bit of theatre that accomplishes nothing. On the fucking cop being the mouthpiece for us saying, well, I think people online, if you're going to go online, you have to get used to not having privacy. How about fuck you? And all... the people who go, if you're not doing anything wrong, what have you got to be afraid of? Fuck you is what? That's my fucking answer to someone who says something that stupid. I mean, first, it's a stupid idea, logistically difficult. Like, government and law enforcement, they've never abused their powers. They've never wrongfully convicted anyone. But they can't even be trusted to keep it safe. That much data is like a huge honeypot for identity thieves and criminals who have much better resources and technical know-how than the fucking government. I mean, God, Aussie, the outfit that's been paid over $1 million to do security, online security stuff for the government, they just lost a whole bunch of subscriber data in the mind-blowing way because they mailed a CD that had all the data on it and it got lost. That is the sort of fucking idiots. That's the best they have to offer. Their experts fucking lost a bunch of subscriber data. It's like, but it was encrypted, so it's fine. Because nobody's ever broken encryption, ever, okay? So, it's going to be fine. And also, if you're more classically minded as, why shouldn't the government surveil everything that you do? Just go one of my favourite quotes from Cardinal Richelieu that goes along the lines of, give me 6 lines written by the most honest man and I'll find a way to hang him. Basically, if people want to fuck you over, they will fuck you over. And storing a bunch of surveillance data with no warrants, with no reason, can't ever be good. It simply can't. And the fucking people saying, why do you need privacy? Alright, dickhead. Why do you have curtains on your windows? What are you trying to hide? And why do you close the door when you go to the toilet? What's your secret? What are you keeping from people? It certainly smells like weapons of mass destruction. Some sort of diabolical chemical weapon in there. We know what's going on, okay? The instant you don't want to tell us everything, and the fact if I can't follow this fuckhead government and police people who are saying this is a good idea, if I can't follow them 24 hours a day with a camera, they can get fucked saying they're justified monitoring me. Just in case. That bullshit of, oh, if you're not doing anything wrong, you've got nothing to worry about. Fuck you! If I'm not doing anything wrong, I have the fucking right to privacy, and fuck anyone who says otherwise. And I'm just going to round off with one other group of people that I want to say fuck you to. I've mentioned this, at least in passing, a couple of times. The London Olympics Committee, and the Olympics generally, which is, you know, the sort of thing that makes the mafia blush the way they behave. And I think, it's like the jump the shark moment was probably the Sydney 2000 Olympics, when it was so over-commercialised, they were just hammering anyone who hadn't paid money. It's like, you're not allowed to say the word Olympic without paying them money. You're not allowed to mention the fact Olympics are happening without giving them money. Like, fuck you! When these people think they control... Look, and to a degree, yes, clamp down on bootleggers, clamp down on people trying to cash in on things who haven't paid for the right... But seriously, telling people they're not allowed to take photos, they're not allowed to do videos, they're not allowed to put stuff online. And the latest bit of idiocy, the terms of use on the London Olympic Committee site says, among other things, you know, the reasonable thing is you're not allowed to suggest endorsement from us unless there actually exists. But they actually said you're not allowed to link to them if you're going to say anything bad. Well, I'm going to have a link to them down here. And what I want to say is you are the most fucked, idiotic, stupid, overbearing, Hitlerish. I went there. Yeah, you know who else had bad terms of service on his website? Hitler. That's something Hitler and the London Olympic Committee have in common. Yeah, they think they can tell us how to link to them on the internet. Shut up, that does make sense. Hey, look, while this is rolling, I'm going to say one more thing. I've showed cards and stuff that I've got in the mail that I had custom made, and I've got some postcards, and I just looked at my order and I've got shite loads coming, so I've got to find excuses to give it to people. And yes, definitely anyone that sends me a postcard or anything to the Angry Mailbox address below, I'll send back to you a card, a postcard, something cool. And I think my favourite comments, you know, what was your favourite fucked up story, or an even better fucked up story? Just my favourite comments. I'm gonna, if you give me, I'll send you a message. If you give me a postal address, I will send it to you. A card, something, postcard, little business card, maybe a magnet, maybe a sticker. I have all sorts of things. And so I'm gonna do this from now on, just a bit of interaction, and because I went mad in buying all this stuff and I've got to do something with it now. So yes, you know, my favourite comment's gonna get something. So comment, and I'll see you later. Bye.